Hello and welcome to whatever this is. I'm like just messed up my where did it go? Oh, wrong way. I had my thing all set up and everything, and then I messed it up and it disconnected. So that's fantastic. But hello and welcome to Life with Steph Beth. Today we are doing a live stream, which is very different than normal. Hopefully, you guys are excited because I'm excited, but I'll be able to bring you I don't know. You'll be able to see someone who's really cool and yeah. Super. Anyway, I'm gonna bring him on. This is John. Let me see if I can get you on here properly. I have. Yes. Yay! Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey. Let me see
How are my
if
levels? Am I good?
there you go. There you are. There you are. I hear you now. I was like, oh
Okay.
wait, did I do something? Yeah, so this is John from TwitchandMoan, and he's like super amazing and awesome, and encouraged me to continue with my YouTube stuffs and talk to me at a
Yes.
YouTube meetup, even though I was like scary looking and like I didn't want to talk to anybody.
You
So how
weren't
are you?
scary looking at all.
Are you sure about that?
Not sure.
Okay. So how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Um, I was afraid that I might be late, but I looked like I was right on time. So
Yes.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure. I was actually almost late. You're
Oh, okay.
good. But no, we're both good. We're both good. Welcome to the stream, Flying Falcon and James. They're just basically saying hi. Can you see the chat by any chance?
Um, no.
Okay, I'll bring people in here. Sorry, it's my first time doing this with
Okay.
like
I
anybody else.
just clicked on live comments and now
Oh,
I can see
okay.
them.
Okay, super cool. That works. Well, yay! I'm excited to be able to like see you. It's
Right.
been like forever. So what you been up to since I guess the last time we've been able to talk?
Not too much really. Kind of just counting down the days until I can come back. That's the biggest thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, I don't know, like it's okay, but just like I say 2020 in general has been an issue for everyone, and it's just been kind of a bummer because Tokyo and Tosa got canceled, so I
yeah,
can't see you in July anymore.
yeah,
So if you would have been able to go anyway, but
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
just
was thinking
I'm just been living,
you've just been living.
just been living.
That
It's
works
all
out.
we can do.
Yeah, well, that's
What
good, I
about
guess.
you? What all have you been up to? I know you've been steady working on YouTube stuff, like with every channel you have. I don't know how many at this point.
Yeah, yeah, too many, honestly. But yeah, pretty much like I don't know, just trying to keep up with things.
Right.
I finished my second semester in school, so that was
Cool.
good, I guess. But like, so like they had like a process where you're like interview for the program or whatever
Hmm.
for the OTA program. And like I did my interview and then the lady over it told me that I was on like the wait list or whatever, and
Hmm.
then it said that we were supposed to find out in May, but then everything happened,
Right.
so it's not May anymore, and like there's no news about it at all, so I'm just kind of like waiting,
Oh, so
lots of
you're
waiting.
completely in the dark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then like my advisor is just like enroll in courses, and I'm like, but I, I don't know what to enroll in. So right now I'm just enrolled in like those the remaining general ed, and I guess I just get to guess about what's happening. It's super fun. So
Right. So yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that because I didn't know what you're doing when it came to school. So has it mostly been online classes? I'm assuming.
yeah, well, like of course, then with like everything that happened, everything went
Mhm.
online. But I actually was doing two. No, I was doing all of my I was doing all of my classes in person this semester.
Ah,
Um, and then yeah, we all went online, and that kind of sucked. But
right.
I had like one teacher who thought that you just put your assignments up there and like that's all, and so we were kind of lost as to what to do. But
I had a teacher like that.
mm.
They didn't tell us anything. They gave us all our assignments at the very beginning and just good luck.
Like, high five.
Yeah. And so, like, if you had questions, no, we never got any answers or anything. We just hope for the best. But that's why they have rate my professor and things like that.
Right.
So you can see, like, okay, this person's a problem. This person's going to be helpful. Whatever. That's the college experience, unfortunately.
Just like hope you get somebody who will actually teach you. Exciting.
Yeah. It's surprising how many teachers don't want to teach.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's like literally in the name, but you know.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because I have been meaning to like ask about school and everything, and I was also gonna say, like, you know what would be cool if you did more of, if you did more of your like vlogs about school and things like that, because not just from an autistic perspective or things like that, people in general are always interested in how college works for people.
Yeah.
You know, because like, I don't know how you felt when you first talked to an advisor, but I remember having a deer in the headlights type of look when I first came in. It's like, I never expected to be in college. I have no idea what to do.
Like, I don't know why I'm even sitting here. It's fine.
Right. Where do I go? I don't even know where to begin.
To be fair, at least I kind of came in with like a plan. So, because like with the route that I wanted to go,
Right.
But like at the same time, like my conversations with the advisors always like, so I'm here and you're here.
Yeah.
What's up? You know, like, you don't know what to say.
Like, actually having a plan puts you above like at least 40% of the students. So
Well,
there's a lot of people that are scared.
Yeah. Well, see, like with like thinking about like practical things like that. The other day, and it's like a kind of a jump. It's not actually about school, sorry.
Okay.
But so I go to McDonald's way too much. And I use their like mobile ordering thing,
Right.
and they were doing like where you did curbside like all the time.
Right.
And then they switched to like only doing it during certain hours, I guess, or whatever, or maybe I just don't pay attention in life. So then I had to go through the drive-through, and I was just like really anxious because I don't know what you say. And so like I was thinking like, okay, well, I had to go through this really anxious process of trying to figure out where I stop and where I say hello and what do I say to these people. I was like, maybe I'll just do a video on that. I know it's really stupid, but then the second time it was a totally different experience. Like at first I was like, okay, well, you go through, you tell your number, and then you stop at the first window and they give you your receipt, and then you go to the second window. And then this next guy's like, oh yeah, I've got you. And then like I get to the next thing and he just tells me to keep going. And I'm like, now what is the etiquette here? I don't know what it is now. So I can't even do that. Sorry, that was really
no. That's part of life with stuff, Beth.
Hold sorry, here, let me see if I do I just click it? I do. Yay. Okay. Cool. Fucking says holds MC fries closer. Do you mean MD like McDonald or just whatever? Anyway, yes, fries. Yay.
So what's your drug of choice when it comes to McDonald's?
So I used to be like, okay, when I at the very beginning, it was always the Big Mac, because I guess it was just because it was like special to there, and my dad would like always share it with me when I was younger. Right. And then eventually I moved up, to when they did like the Quarter Pounder Deluxe thing with like the lettuce and all the stuff and everything. But recently they haven't been doing that, so it's just been like the normal Quarter Pounder.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Quarter Pounder. I remember when I was growing up and I decided, you know what, I'm too big for Happy Meals. It's time to move on. I went directly for the Big Mac. It's just like, that's for me. That's mine. Nice. So like right now, I haven't been to McDonald's in forever, but it's definitely like large fry Quarter Pounder, or a double Quarter Pounder if they have it. You know, something that you regret later, but it tastes really good.
Yeah. My dog, we found out that she very much likes fries, so I tell her that she get some French fries if she's good. And yeah, but like now I'm hooked on the caramel frappe thing or whatever. It's really good. Yeah. Like I don't like coffee, So like it's like you get a teeny bit of coffee taste, and the rest is probably like sugar.
And I'm sorry for mocking the Happy Meal, Flying Falcon. My apologies.
Thou shalt not mock the Happy Meal.
I don't know. It was a turning point in my life. It's like, you know what? I'm a big boy now.
I remember that at Subway. I used to get like, because they have those little I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to have like it was you know how like sorry, so you know how they have the normal subs that are like long ways, and then they had like this weird like circular bun sandwichy thing,
right? I think
but
I've
it was
seen
like
that.
yeah. So like that's what I used to always get, and then like I guess I was still hungry after a while. My mom was like, "You really just need to get a sub sandwich," and like that was my moment where I was like, I'm leaving behind my things. What is this? I don't know. It's so weird.
So speaking of Subway, there's this thing that I've noticed a lot of people actually suffer from. Do you ever have anxiety when it comes to ordering at Subway?
Okay, but see, here's the thing. One day, I don't know when it was, I decided my order. So I always knew I wanted a foot-long Italian bread with turkey and American cheese, not toasted, with spinach, black olives, onions, cucumbers, and mayonnaise.
Right.
So like that way I didn't have to think about it. But then one day someone had like let me have some of their sandwich, and it was a different kind of sandwich, and then I was like, well crap, because now I have to like memorize a different thing, because like trying to figure out all like the little things is insane. Because like my husband took me to Pie 5. Do you know Pie 5? It's like a pizza place.
No.
It's okay, so like it's like Subway but with pizza. So like you can tell them like this is the kind of crust I want, and then you like go through and show them the toppings you want. And he thought I would love it, and I'm like, no. I like Subway because I know what I get. Right. This is terrible. How am I supposed to decide right now all the things I'm supposed to put on it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many choices. There's so many different types of cheese, and I don't know what vegetables I want on it. And like, there's more than one type of bread. What? Oh my god!
Yes, Flying Falcon says, "Was it Fisher? I'm a big boy now." Was that Fisher Price, or was that?
That sounds familiar. Or like, I'm a big kid now, or something like that.
Was it? I don't. I know it was something.
But we all have that moment where it's like, you know what? Enough with these little kid things. Like, I'm an adult now.
Yeah. Sadly, mine all revolved around food.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's fantastic.
I mean, and then, okay, so was there ever a point when you went inside a McDonald's and like, you know what? I kind of want that toy from the Happy Meal. Did you ever buy a Happy Meal for your nephew that doesn't exist? I'm not saying I did, or that I really like the toy. But
surprisingly, no. But my husband has. My husband absolutely has. I'm just telling all his business now. Sorry. And like, my sister-in-law, Chick-fil-A, how they like give those little books sometimes in their meals or whatever.
Right.
Like she would have people order like their version of the Happy Meal or whatever, like the kids' meal, and like collect the books for her.
Wow. I mean, but some of those toys are like still kind of cool, no matter how old you are.
True. Very true.
Yeah, like years ago when I was in high school, they had an exhibit here in one of the museums, and it had like literally every Happy Meal toy ever.
Oh my gosh!
It was just kind of cool to see.
Wow, that was a lot, I bet. Then
yeah. You don't, so it's one of those things you don't realize, like all these generations worth of like toys that really aren't all that fun or great, but they look cool when you're a kid.
Yeah. Hi, misunderstood person. Sorry,
That's a great name.
Yes, it is. Hello. Oops. Flying Falcon. I stopped eating the Happy Meal the day I turned 21 and bought my first pistol. That was the day, like specifically. That's fantastic.
Wow.
I'm not sure if I believe you, but that's fantastic.
That's a very specific memory.
Oh my goodness.
And Speaking of food, like every time I walk in a store and I walk past like the gummy lifesavers, I always think of you.
They're the best.
Now, do you like the regular ones or like the collisions or like what's
I like
your
the regular ones. Like
yeah?
I don't think they like. Okay, so like the only collision ones that I've had, they're just like it's like they don't pick the good flavors to like put together.
Yeah.
Sense. But like with the normal ones, like all of them are good, except for I just don't understand why they decided to vote in orange to replace. I don't understand that. Like that just made me mad.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
No, there's a committee and like
it was like
there's a lot of red tape.
There really was like a whole process. They did like this thing where they did like a like not really a contest, but like a poll out to their audience or like their buyer people, the whatever you call that, customers. And people voted on whether they wanted to like if they wanted to keep, I don't know, it was like dark cherry or something, or if they wanted orange, lemon, or something else. And they voted in orange. So like the only fruit thingamajig that I did not have to like leave out any of the flavors because I didn't like them suddenly adopted orange. And I'm like, why? Why would you ruin it like that? There's something wrong with you guys.
So when you don't like a certain flavor, do you pull all of that flavor out?
Sometimes if it's like if it's like one I really don't like I'll deal with it, but it's like I'll eat this one before I eat the other one that I like better. What about you?
For the most part, like the only flavor of something that I didn't like, there's these certain Jelly Belly jelly beans where like every flavor is fruit, and then there's this one popcorn flavor that kind of throws the whole thing off. Yeah, so it's like, let me take all of these out.
That's nasty.
Yeah. And like I had a coworker who segregated all of her candy. Like like she would take it all out and divide it by colors. And for whatever reason, she hates yellow candy. It doesn't matter what flavor it is. She throws it all away.
That's interesting.
It was odd, but it's like, it's what makes you. So.
You're just like of yellow candy in general.
Right.
And I got to pass as thoughtful one time because of that, actually. I have a friend who likes the lemon Starburst and apparently doesn't mind the orange ones. And so I had a thing of Starburst, and it was like, I don't know if it was on their birthday or around their birthday. I think it was on their birthday. So I'm a terrible person. So I took out the yellow and orange ones. Like, here you go, happy birthday.
Okay, so you don't like orange candy in general?
Yeah, like the flavor is just like not my thing.
Like I don't like orange is my favorite color, and like almost any orange flavor is usually like love for me.
Oh, good. That way we should split our candy the next time we're around.
There we go. Yeah, but I do understand where you're coming from with certain flavors, and it's just like this doesn't taste the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like strawberry, artificial strawberry flavors are odd compared to like what a strawberry actually tastes like.
I probably prefer the artificial flavor over the actual one, but
yeah, I kind of wish it tasted like that when you bite into one.
Let's see. We have some. We were missing some chat here.
Oh,
I'm just gonna like push through here. Let's see. So apparently, it was indeed. He wasn't lying about the. Those ones are gross. I believe we were talking about the jelly bean thing.
Yeah.
They had a vomit jelly bean. That's disgusting. Hello, Tommy.
What up, Tommy?
Oh, lemon? And something about that's probably from the thing. And yeah, everyone's saying hi, and Yike been here. Aha. This only just now appeared in my sub feed, but I'm here now. Welcome. Hello. And hello. I dare you, John, to try to say the username.
Yeah, you just said it. I think you said Yike been here. Close.
Add that to your compilation.
Like, it's Eastern European, I'm assuming, from the pronunciation. German or some sort.
I'll have to tell you something. Sorry. Hi, Kaishana. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. And I'm doing good. How are you doing, John?
I'm just peachy.
Just peachy. Is
Mhm.
peachy? Is peach a flavor that you like?
Some. I've had some good
Some.
peaches.
I
Now,
think
when it comes to jelly beans, have you had those the Bean Boozled with the weird flavors?
okay, so
Uh-oh.
I've not necessarily me directly, but I have been a part of watching other people be subjected to those. I have refused to do them myself, although that is the one thing that Justin would actually want to do on this channel. He was like, "Oh, we could do that challenge," and I'm like, "No, I'm good." Like these kids were like literally throwing them up because they were so disgusting, and like you could smell it from like several feet away on their breath, and I'm like, no, I'm good. How about you? Have you ever had them?
Yeah, they're pretty awful. If you pick the wrong flavor. I do like that they switch the bad flavors out every once in a while. I remember a few years ago they had a baby wipe flavor that was surprisingly delightful, almost like I don't know why, but it was like, hey, that's okay.
That's great.
And yeah, like they had like a skunk flavor. Thankfully, I never had that.
I think that's one of the ones that they had, and they said it smelled like really bad because they would first bite into it and they'd be like, "Oh, it's not that bad," and then, and then they keep going. I was like, "Oh, that's."
Good. Yeah, I had a coworker who a lot of people didn't really like, and that was her very first one was skunk. And it was just like karma.
Oh my god!
It couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like falling behind everybody. Flying Falcon says he challenges everyone to pronounce it. That would be that's why I asked you to pronounce
was I close?
I think so. If I'm anywhere near close, yes you were. Hi Carissa, welcome to here, even though you're late as I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, you're fine.
That's supposed to be a heart.
Yay, heart. I thought. Kaishana says, I don't know if okay. I want more videos about autism and acceptance. I have felt more overwhelmed with what is going on in the world. Yeah, I definitely can understand that. I just edited the video that you had been talking to me about. So here in a few weeks, it's not going to be like this week's, but like yeah, in a few weeks, that one will be up. So hopefully that will be helpful with what we were talking about. But yeah, it's been definitely interesting. I think like doing fun stuff like talking to John here definitely helps me because like I can't keep like paying attention to like the stuff going on for too long, or it just gets like really overwhelming for me. But that's just me. And then everyone's saying hi. So on that.
So I was gonna ask on that same topic, like what's your workflow? Like do you have like I assume you go through a lot of planning and everything.
Yeah, it should be better than it is. It's kind of like it's like a messy version of planning. It's like, oh yeah, that has to happen. So like, but there is a process. Like, so usually what I do is like I have like the whole like notes thing from I don't know, whatever it's on the computer. And I'll write out like what I want to go over, and then I write out scripts or do whatever research I need to for those, and then write them all out. So I try to have like at least 4 videos per recording time, just because I don't like doing my makeup and it takes forever. Right. And so if I go through that whole process, I need to like record a lot. And then I try to get ahead of things. I'm surprisingly ahead on my main channel right now. I think I have 2 videos completely ready to go, and then the third one I just edited. I still have to like go through and stuff. But on that note, would you like to share with everybody what you do over on your channel?
Yeah, kind of been slacking off a little bit, but it's one of those situations where it's a lot harder to do stuff when you went from a 1-bedroom apartment to not having a room at all. Yeah. So like mostly it's video game based. but I'm also trying to do other things. But I'm not trying to just do a bunch of stuff and not have a clear focus on the channel. I don't want it to be schizophrenic, so to speak. So I'm trying to work on actually vlogging for a change, because I see like when you and other people do it, and it's just like, how do you make it look so easy? And I want to try it myself.
Yeah, you should. That'd be really
Yeah,
fun.
and I also want to like just, I don't know, I just want to do more stuff with it. The only thing right now is just trying to find the time to record. Like try to find a place here that's quiet. There's no one around here right now, so like, hey, I can stream with Stephanie. So
Yeah.
basically gaming, podcast, vlogs, and some other stuff. I want to kind of do a little like review stuff, and like maybe, hey, here's, because like we've talked about it before in meetups and things like that. Like, hey, here's how I do this. Maybe it's helpful for someone out there, you know.
Yeah, I think it would be. Also, by the way, for all of you who like his voice, that means that he has videos on his channel that feature his voice a lot. So I know a lot of people think his voice is like really cool and soothing. You should check it out. It's linked in the description box. Just a thing I thought I should mention. So.
Right. Oh yeah, looks like we have a few more comments.
Oh yes. Let's see. We have hellos. I don't know if I got to say hello to you. Hello, Cyrus McKeever. Hello. Sorry. Okay. Just remember. Okay. I'm just gonna pass by you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm patient. What advice do you have for self-diagnosed autistic people? I think like it depends on what situation, I guess. Like that's a really like broad statement. I think like mostly to try to be patient with yourself. Like even you were saying like you're patient, but like being patient with yourself, because like it's hard enough that you don't have something official to point to.
Right.
But like now, if you're self-diagnosed, at least you can know that for yourself, and so be able to be more kind to yourself about the things that maybe you used to like judge yourself harshly for.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's no matter where you fall on the spectrum. Like you should be patient with yourself.
Yes. And then we have something here for you,
Oh,
Tommy. How's your neck of the woods?
it's here. I miss Tulsa every day. I'll put it that way.
Oh, we miss you for sure.
Thank you.
And another one here for you from Flying Falcon. Could you explain your channel name?
Yeah, there was a trend back in the day with like angry reviewers, like angry movie reviewers and things like that. So back in like 2008, 2009, when I started blogging on the internet, like I had a WordPress blog where I would just review bad movies. I just wanted to pick a name that kind of satirizes the whole angry reviewer thing. And it's like, I don't want to have this curse word in here, so let me just put something else in here. It's like it sounds just like it, but it's my own. Like it also sounds kind of sexual, but it's not.
He's like, I'm just saying. Carissa says, I totally understand the makeup thing. The only day I have a full face of makeup on is Sunday. Right? Yeah, it's sad because like I don't even like do my makeup for like going places. Like it's literally usually just for being.
Yeah, I was over there once or twice when she was getting ready, and I didn't realize how much effort the whole process of and everything is getting camera ready. Just like I wish y'all didn't have to do that, but it is what it is. Society and pressures.
We miss you too, Carissa.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that in there. And Yannick Bin here says you have a cool voice, which agreed, you do. Kaishana. I have a story about nonverbal autistic female. She is married, and people have told me to change the relationship between the two. Huh? What should I do? I'm dumb. Okay, so
Me too.
I was like, how are you? I'm so sorry. Okay, so I thought like in my head that you were talking about like there are two people who exist here in reality, and people were asking you to like change the fact that they're married, and I'm like, how do you do that? You're writing a story. Is that what you're saying? That's got you. I think that it would be pretty cool if you want to be able to tell that story. Like obviously it's not very conventional, because people are like, "Ah, you should change that." Like if you're the author, I feel like you can do what you want with your story.
See, I didn't realize she was talking about a literal story.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, how did that happen?
I thought she was talking about two people she knew. Like, oh, okay, that's
Me
cool.
too. Oh, that's cool, but like, who's telling you that they shouldn't be married and you're the one to change it? I'm sorry, that was just no. I think you should do right. Anyway, so I just okay.
So, another thing. So how do you pick your topics? I was always curious about that.
It's a mixture of things. So there's people, for example, like Kaishana, who has given me ideas, like wants to talk to me about stuff, and
nice.
We like to like make it a video. And then there's like people who ask questions, and that question gets repeated a lot, like in comments and stuff. And obviously that's something people would like to know about. And then it's also stuff that like I've been wondering about or haven't been able to research enough yet to like have formed my own perspective on yet. Right. So in the process of doing that, a lot of times I'll do it for a video. So yeah, all those things. And then like recently for like prioritizing which videos go out, I've usually been like polling patrons and stuff like that. So
okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of times when I'll see just like, oh, okay, like you'll be reacting to some video or something stupid someone said, and it's just like, okay, I didn't even know about this.
Yeah,
but that's kind of one of the things about YouTube. Like, it's this vast ocean of people and opinions. Just like, where did this person even come from? But
yeah. So like with your so I know that you had okay, I say I know. So with yours, like, didn't you have like a bunch of them ready to go? You just didn't upload them for like forever?
Yeah.
So like how did that process like go for you? Like how did that
it's kind of how I am at work, or at least at places I've worked before, where like I like things to be simple and like kind of streamlined to a certain degree. And like it's still like that. I still have a bunch of playlists, descriptions, titles, thumbnails, all of that made for stuff that hasn't been uploaded yet.
Oh wow.
Like I have 8 videos ready to go right now. just got to get to the point.
That's cool.
And I'm a weirdo, so that helps.
That's really cool though, because like I know some people like for example they like already know exactly how their thumbnail and everything should look, and other than like being like, I don't know, the title is like a working title, and it's either like shock, happy, or not happy, and usually I'm like just flat. But like to think that like some people are able to like go from like the textual, like this is how I want the title to be and how I want the description to be, and this is how it should be searched. Like that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things about YouTube. Like there's no one way to do it. And even though like I'm one of those people who looks around at all the advice being given and all the tips and tricks and everything, and then you see so many people who are successful doing the exact opposite of everything that's said. And there's a whole thing like with your channels, for example, the way you do your thumbnails, the way you do your topics, everything, your titles, I mean, that's your brand. That's how Stephanie does it. That's what works for Stephanie. It might not work for me. It might not work for the next person, but it works for you.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those things where, just like with everything else, like you got to find the pair of pants that fit, pretty much. That's and like right now, yeah, like right now, like with some of my videos, it's just like I wanted to do them in the laziest way possible. Like I'll just pick something, hey, that looks cool, and then I just and like view wise, it's been working. So if it works, it works.
It works, yes. That's awesome. I'm gonna pop back over here. So yeah, Kaishana clarified it's a fictional story.
Okay.
It makes more sense now. Yeah, and here unconventional can make for great fictional storytelling exploration. Yes, they really can. That's usually where like people start kind of paying attention, I think. Click the button. There we go. Flying Falcon. I might kind of want to read it. Yeah. So Kaishana, you're gonna have to like work with us. Let us know when you're publishing.
Has she been writing for a while?
I don't know. Have you, Kaishana?
And I don't want to assume genders and all of that. It just sounded like a female name.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my assumption as well. So if we're wrong, let us know.
Right.
I feel upset when people tell me not to compare myself to nonverbal autistic people because they need more help. I feel a connection to them because we are both autistic.
I think you probably
Yeah.
should.
Hey, one more time.
I think she probably should feel a connection, like because you all share the same experience, more or less.
Yeah. Well, it's like interesting because I've heard that a lot too.
Mhm.
I think that comparatively, like between someone who's not autistic and someone who is like verbal or speaking autistic, I would assume someone speaking but is also autistic would be able to relate more. I don't understand why people are like that. I feel like, yeah, you might want to like try to see what other nonverbal autistics have shared to see if they have maybe a perspective that would help like flesh out your character. So you're not like, oblivious to some things or anything like that. But I don't think like being like, only certain autistics can like relate to other certain types of autism. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you're different dishes at the same buffet.
Yeah. Krista says laziest way possible means super efficient.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly. There's some like conversation there. Yeah, I've been here. Authors often write in perspectives that aren't there exactly that. Yeah, real life. It just requires a little more research. Yes.
Yeah.
I will hide the picture because I feel like I leave them up really long and then I'm like, okay, sorry. Yeah. See, like it's confusing too because like people used to tell me like because I used to write like random stories. I still
Mhm.
do, but a lot when I was younger, and they're like, authors should write what they know, and I'm like, okay, but like my life is not interesting. If we're talking about what I know, then it's gonna be very boring over here.
I mean, but that's also that thing. Like when it comes to your YouTube channel as well,
Mm,
you think your life is boring until you share it with other people, and they're like,
true.
"Wow, like how about that?"
Yeah, I think I might have taken them a bit too literally as well, though. To be completely fair,
Mhm.
they might have been saying like I just realized that my light switches were on, both of them, the one that does the light and the fan, but
Uh-oh.
neither of them are actually on. We had guests over and someone was staying in the bunk bed and they probably just reached over and turned them off, and that's really not important, but
All right.
there you go.
And you do also have to remember that you're always going to find your life more boring than anyone else.
Yes.
Like we always amplify every flaw that we have. So
Yep.
we do have to get out there, and it's kind of like, have you ever been like an artist? Like, have you ever drawn, painted, anything like that?
Dabbled in drawing a little bit.
Okay, but you did mention like writing stories before, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and so you probably didn't think it was anything special, but then you shared it with people, and they're like, okay, you got something here."
Yeah, it's just hard
See?
to believe people. I think that's like the thing. Like, how do you get around the idea that like people are just being nice? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Do you ever feel that way?
that's always going to be in the back of your mind, but that's why you show it to a bunch of different people. That's Nala. That's
Yeah.
her.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, yeah, she's and a doggy.
Nala.
No, it's one of those things where like I like to take people for their word, and like I hope that you're not just using lip service, and even if you are, okay, I'm one of those people who I'm whatever you say, I'm going to take it all constructively and just try to build from that and see what works for me. What can I use and what can I give away? So even if you are just being nice, like what does this person say? Like if there's a common denominator, I'm going to go with that usually.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, I hope it did.
Oh my goodness. Hi and bye. Okay. Sorry.
like it's also one of those things like when it comes to like let's say like after puberty and like you start to notice yourself now when you go in the mirror and it's like, am I attractive? I don't know. Like people seem to like me, so I guess I'm doing okay.
You know what that just told me? We have
Uh-oh.
a very different experience. So now I have to ask you: were you very popular with or at least semi-popular with people in school?
Yeah, for the most part, that's never really changed for me. But it's always one of those things like I never really had close friends outside of it. It was people I could hang out with and everything, but like I hang out with people more now, not so much here right now, but like say Tulsa YouTubers. I didn't have anything like that growing up. It's like we hang out in school and we might hang out if we live in the same neighborhood, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
And it was like when it came to like the female species. It was one of those things where it's just like I could look into getting in a relationship, but I'm still trying to figure myself out. So this isn't important to me right now. So there's a bunch of times when like someone was throwing hints or whatever else, and I was aloof. So it's just like you're cute and I do like you, but I don't even know if I'll be alive tomorrow. So
Oh my God.
hey.
That took a dark turn very quickly.
Oh yeah. Wasn't trying to be, but
I'm sorry.
But you know how it is, like especially in the areas I grew up in,
Yeah.
and just in general, it's just like you're a teenager now. Like, what's the meaning of life? Is there anything after this? And like, so once high school is over, then what? You know, because everyone doesn't have a plan.
So like you like look forward into the future, but like not with a plan in general. You're like, there's not a plan, but there could be stuff going on.
Yeah, it was kind of like that when like once high school was over, it's just like, huh? Well, my mother's not going to throw me out. That's cool. Like I was just focused on like, okay, I get a job and I make money, then stuff happens. I think I don't know, like I don't know how to adult, and no one taught me how to adult.
Right?
And like it's still like even you might still kind of have situations where it's just like no one prepared me for this.
For
oh
real.
Boy. Uh-oh.
Lots of times, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. I guess we got.
Oh yeah, we got some comments.
Okay. Next time I want to change the subject in a conversation with Stephanie, I'll be sure to notice my light switches. I'm sorry. It just was really weird. Tommy has a question for you. Is that a dream catcher behind you?
Yeah. Oh, where am I? Yeah, it seems to be. I don't decorate, so it's whatever they put up here. So
it's like probably, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Hello and welcome, Cornelius Esperanza. Good evening. David 48 autistic / Asperger / PDD NOS. How are the two of you? I'm doing good.
that's
John,
a lot of acronyms.
basically autism spectrum.
Gotcha.
Just to simplify it there for you.
I'm cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's lots of hashtag aloof, LOL, hashtag life is short.
Right.
There you go. Oh my goodness. Yes, females are a different species. I mean, emotions. Why are they so strong? I mean, they just are, okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna live that one down.
Oh my goodness. Females are meant to be different, Flying Falcon. Even as Joe Jackson could tell you in his song track, it's different for girls. And Chris back with another hashtag for you. Hashtag cool side of pillow. Oh my goodness.
And like, are you one of those people where like you didn't have like a whole bunch of close friends, but like this group that we're in like kind of opened up a whole new world for you?
I mean, yeah, for the most part. Like, so like in school, because I did elementary through like middle school-ish in public school, and like it was like the same school district, so most of the people were the same.
Right.
So like I had like acquaintances. I had like one person from like each clique that was like kind of friends with me, but like I didn't really fit in with like a particular group or anything. I definitely never had the thought like, people seem to kind of like me. I gotta tease you for that, just because I don't experience that. It's really quick sidetrack. I had a friend who was talking to me about how she gets free drinks from like Quick Trip and stuff, because people just pay for her stuff, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you know, that's just part of being a girl. Like people do that," and I'm like, "No, they don't."
Not from your experience.
And she was like, "Yeah, they do. Like everybody experiences that." I'm like, "No, really, no, that does not happen to this face, but thanks." So it's just kind of funny, like how like different people like experience things and
Right.
think like that's totally normal for everyone else. I don't know. I just thought it was really funny. Sorry,
And
back on track.
I don't know, like, do you think that you have like a certain magnetism about you, like a certain charisma that draws people to you? At least now, maybe.
I don't know. I've always felt more like a repellent than a magnet. But like I think that maybe in what's the word? I don't know what the word is. For you I think sorry. So like with you, I think you're capable of drawing people in and like connecting them where they need to go, if that makes sense, to make that like possible for people like me. Because like yeah, I don't think that like most people really care that I exist, but like when people help me, oh god, sorry, that I didn't mean to be depressing. But like what I mean is like, so like when someone is able to like you like connect people, and so like that barrier of where I'm like, I don't know how to talk to you, and like I don't do this, and they don't do that, you know, like you circumvent that, I guess. So I think it's more that you are the magnetic person, and then like you just kind of like figure out how to get everybody where they need to go. And I don't know, that's what I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but
No, because I think back to like the first, I think it was actually your second meetup, but the first time I decided like, talk to her, just see what she's about. And then like that might have been the last time you ever showed up, but like it's become a thing for you now, and you actually have these relationships with people, and then so much stuff has opened up for you since you've become part of the group.
Yeah, for real.
And it was just like I would see you share your stuff all the time. It's just like, autism is this word I hear all the time on television, but I don't know what it actually means. And you know, like you hear about the spectrum and this and that, and also it's like, you know what? Talk to her, see what she's about, see what she knows, and then like we connected on a certain level, and just like, okay, she's cool. Like for whatever reason, you think you looked very mean and unapproachable, but it's like, nah, I can tell she's a teddy bear. Like, let me just. And then just
good, I guess.
yeah, and like every time since it's a little selfish on my part because it was, I just wanted to talk to you more, so it's just like hey, you can come sit over here.
No, that really helps actually. Like knowing like there's someone like, I guess, who's safe, if that makes sense. Like so like in social situations, it's really hard when like the setting changes or like the people who are there changes. And as much as, you know, I love the group, different people, so like a lot of times I could kind of like count on you being there and like you caring enough to like talk to me, like because like no offense to other people, I love you guys too, but you know, sometimes people are busy like trying to manage other things, and so like I knew like, hey, there's John, and I can go have an alarm go off apparently, sorry, and I can go sit there and talk, and like I'm safe here, like, so I don't know, it's just I really appreciated that, because it's kind of hard to like go in places with like lots of people. Like last time I had to sit by, that sounds mean, last time I sat by Tommy. Thank you, Tommy, for letting me sit by you. But like it's just not the same, I think, just because it's different. And
because like you all haven't had too much of a time to bond and get to know each other as much. I did notice that with a lot of the meetups, pardon me.
Sorry, I just saw Carissa say no offense taken, LOL. It feels opposite.
It seems like a lot of people are like, say it's back in high school and it's lunch period, like where do I sit? What table do I belong to? Like so when we get the time to mingle, like I would go and introduce myself and just try to make people feel comfortable. And like, you know, you're also trying to see like who's here because like they want a sense of community and they might want to like hang out with people, and who's here because they're bored and there's free pizza, you know. So
Sure enough.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. I think I'm gonna try to catch us up real quick.
Yeah, we should do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, me
Where
and
are
Stephanie
we?
Carper
My
completely botched it.
You should give my live video feeds on YouTube a try sometime. We should. We'll have to like click on your channel after this.
And like I was telling Stephanie Carper, like this whole thing is new and scary to me, but it's also one of those things where for other people in our group, like, hey, it's not all that bad. Like, just put yourself out there and see what happens.
Yeah, I've been here says I just felt the other side of my pillow, and I can confirm that John is cooler than that.
That's right.
Kai Shauna wants to know if you're on the spectrum. No, stop. You can't eat glue sticks. No,
as far as I know, I'm not. I'm sure I'm on some spectrum, but not this one.
Yeah, not the autism one as far as he knows. Nala decided she wanted to come join us, and she got into my crafty stuffs. The emotions are so strong because of the brain damage. Thank you so much. Cornelius, thank you. Tommy, okay, they're talking to each other. Sorry. Okay, she says not all girls. OMG, shaking my head.
I don't know. I feel like Carissa's had something bought for her at some point. Someone saw that red hair and was like, "Oh my."
Yeah, I've been here. We all have different experiences and attributes that mesh to different degrees with various tasks and personalities.
I like that.
And that one, okay, so if you've never encountered Yak been here, he's capable of rhyming things in ways that are like I could never even fathom, and I think that rhymed just a little bit too, and I don't know if he even intended it to. They're talking to each other. Carissa says this that I already saw earlier, but it just seemed a little it's just funny to me. I'm sorry. Okay. You'll start talking about the autism spectrum, and my internet provider Spectrum just notified me that I can pay my bill for this month.
Uh-oh. Big Brother's listening.
Of us. Oh my goodness. Cyrus says I used to collect toys from McDonald's when I was a kid. Welcome to the party.
So was there anything you used to collect back in the day?
Stop.
Oh.
She like looked me right in the face and barked at me.
She wants to let you know who's boss.
Apparently. She's like, Mom, this needs to stop, okay? I'm here. I make the rules. Okay. Sorry. Are you talking to me or Cyrus? I'm sorry.
You
sorry. I used to have a sticker book that I put my stickers from my teacher being like, yay, good job. I would like take it off the paper and like put it on my paper in my book. That's about it.
That's kind of wholesome. I like it. Yeah, like me, I was a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. So like I had all the toys. And of course I didn't know about like collectors don't take them out of the package. Like I want to play with them, I'm a kid.
Right.
But yeah, like that was my treasure at the time.
Oh, that's cool. My grandma, she is a bit of a collector, and like she likes weird interesting like gems and stuff, like gemstone type stuff. Right. And so she like even has like shelves like with them and stuff like that. She would go to like craft shows and trade shows and all that kind of stuff and like find stuff. So she likes like art and like weird like stone thingamajigs that are really interesting. And I'm like, that is rather interesting. She seemed to wonder why I didn't have something I collected personally, and I'm like, I just don't.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, but like it's cool when someone finds something that's like, oh, this is my thing.
Yeah,
I do this.
Yes. Oh. Oops, sorry. Hold on. I got the wrong one. Sorry. Maybe Nala is barking at the word toys, wanting to play. She said, hello.
That is possible.
Tommy says, I have a TNMT sticker book.
There you go. That's actually kind of both of our things mixed together.
Yeah. Flame Falcon's sister was a huge... And then, sorry, Chris is from earlier. Question to both of you. What is your biggest pet peeve? You get to start.
Right. I kind of want to ask for a specific, like in what facet of life.
Okay. But let's throw it back on Chris.
Right, yeah. It's on you now.
Oh my goodness. Now we are just going to sit in awkward silence waiting for Chris to give us more information. I literally just ran out of...
that message,
no pressure.
That message I sent you the other day about movies. Did you get a chance to look at anything?
I haven't looked at them yet. Sorry about that, but it was quite an interesting plot there you had mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty bad movie, but like it kind of went with all the stuff you were talking about. Like, but I still feel like even with kids stuff or Christian stuff or whatever, like it doesn't have to be bad.
Like,
you know, like this can still be a good movie. I understand budget concerns and things like that, but it's just like, try again, please.
So just go back in there and just start that all over again. Just
right.
Okay, a bunch of stuff moved while I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
This train is moving.
Says I have high functioning autism too. Very cool. Grocery store public LOL. So what is our biggest pet peeves in the grocery store public LOL?
Oh boy. I guess from my time working in the grocery store, if that's what she's talking about, like pet peeves from grocery store, I hate when people like just take perishable items and just leave them wherever. Instead of like going to put your milk or ice cream back or your meat, you just leave it. Like, I'm going to put this in the magazine aisle. I don't feel like putting it back. As someone who used to like put away back stock, like it annoys me. So
I bet. Yeah, for me, it's more like just that there are other human beings there.
I mean, that too.
Right? But no, okay. The worst thing is when they rearrange the store. The absolute worst thing. So not only is it annoying because I can't find anything, it is actually like they renovated the Aldi's over in Owasso, and they changed the paint color. They changed like a bunch of things, and so it just does not look like the Aldi that I was used to going to. And I legit nearly had a meltdown in middle of Aldi because everything was different. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
So are you a creature of habit?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And they changed everything and it was horrible. So yeah, that's just...
But that is one of those things where like you got so used to it, and this is your store.
Yes.
This is your aisle. But like now, like I got to get used to this all over again.
Yes.
I feel so relatable.
Relatable. Hashtag relatable. Comment bots are my biggest pet peeve on YouTube. Yeah. Yes.
So many of them.
It's like, oh, someone thought something. Never mind. They don't actually care. They're just... That's nice.
It still counts as interaction, right?
I guess so. I hope so. Can autistic people drive?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, please what? Please what? Oh, I'm dumb. Never mind. That's not to us. Yeah, that's just lazy. I'm assuming the people who want to put their perishable food items in the magazines.
Yeah. Shame on them. And I think like right now people are like leaving their mask and their gloves all over the parking lot too. That's also awful.
Like, why would you? Why?
Humans kind of suck sometimes.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah. Krista says yes, it makes everything take so much longer. It does. Mm-hmm. It does when they change everything. Tommy says, yeah, I like finding the meat in the dog food. I just read a story about how this person, like, they were a food inspector and they found one of those cat foods, like the canned cat foods, in a restaurant refrigerator. And he said he was about to tell him, like, hey, don't be feeding the strays because it can cause problems. And before you can say anything, he's like, oh yeah, the customers can't even tell anything different. I got a really great price. And they were using it for their tuna melt sandwiches that they were known for. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of. Sorry. Okay. Apparently they just Sorry. I can relate. They just rearranged my Walmart. Yuck. We can drive, and some of us can fly too. I cannot, but it kind of sounds funny because you think of it other than like flying an airplane, and it's
Superman.
Driving isn't for every autistic. I ought to know, Steph and John. The quick decision making involved doesn't agree with me. No, I don't blame you. Like, if you don't feel like that's a good idea for you, don't do it. Like, I literally considered the like I weighed the pros and cons of just jumping out of my car at the stop sign during my driver's test.
Whoa. What?
I did. I legit did. I was like, what would be worse, like continuing this driver's test or literally just running right now? Like, I'm not kidding you at all. Then I thought to myself, okay, but if you do, that's your car. You're gonna have to go back eventually. You're definitely gonna fail. Just there's so many things after this that you can't come back from. So just stay in the car. Like, that was, but after I got my driver's license, I mean, it was a lot better. But
so was this just basically just you had such anxiety about it, and you're just terrified, like, oh God, everything's gonna go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was after I already did the parallel park. It was like leaving the parking lot because like we did the parallel park, that was fine. And we got to a stop sign, and then we just like kept going. And then I was just like, why are we still going like around places? And I was just like, I really just want to get out of this car right now. Yeah. That would be considered eloping had I actually done that.
Wow.
Which is funny because when you hear eloping, you think of like people running off and getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's
well,
like
see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up parallel parking. Like, that's the one thing I outright refuse to do most of the time.
I'm not gonna do it in real life. No, that's not happening. I did it for the test, and that was it.
See, I didn't even like my test was like super easy, and like I almost forgot how to do I forgot how to turn my hazard lights off, and I'm just staring, just like, oh God, how do you do this again? And he was like, just press that. Like, oh, okay. He didn't mind. He's like, it's cool. Like,
oh, that was nice.
But for me, there was this cartoon on Nickelodeon back in the day called Doug. And there was an episode where his sister was trying to learn how to drive, and parallel parking was just like so difficult for her. Like, she eventually learned how to, but ever since that episode, like, I just imagine I'm her every time I have to. And it's just like, oh God, I'm so close. I'm going to hit something. It's like, I'll drive around the block. I'll find a different way.
Right? Like, seriously, I would rather,
Hello.
Sorry, rather park any other way than do that, because like the good thing was though for the test, like I practice on shorter gaps than the test gave you. Like they like gave you a lot of space,
right?
So that worked out better because I was practicing several times between Justin and my dad. We'd like be going out to parking lots, and I'm over here like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Right. Like, the funny thing is, like, every time that I look at the parking spot, like, there's more than enough room for me, but my depth perception is off. So it's just like everything's so close. I'm gonna hit both of them. Oh no.
Exactly. I can't do that.
It's like I wish have you ever been in one of those cars with the rear view camera? And it's just like, I wish every car had that.
Yes, that would just make life so much better. Oop.
Oh, we got some comments.
We do.
What we got?
Why does food need shock value? That's not tasty. I
I know
don't
this
know.
isn't uncommon for you, but I think I'm misunderstanding you.
That's because of the name. Okay. Sorry. I make things so unfunny when I state the obvious. Okay. Well, I'm about to start training and growing up in them. I can say it's not hard. Oh, are you going up? Are you talking about in the airplane? Maybe.
Oh, okay, right. I thought he had wings, but right. Or a cape.
Yeah, I've been here. Just stay in the car. Great life advice.
Yeah, it's
Just
solid.
stay in the car. Tommy says, it's funny, it took me 3 times to get my driver's license, and the time that I thought I did worst, I passed.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, first time I took it, but I mean, I did 100% contemplate jumping out, so.
I'm just glad I didn't fail because of hazard lights.
Right? Carissa hates parallel parking. Welcome to the club. Try parallel parking with a manual and no power steering. No, thank you. I don't want to do that.
I'm good.
This sounds horrible. Krista says Doug was a decent cartoon.
Yeah, it was solid. Was that before your time? Oh, sorry. That's right. Did you ever see Doug on Nickelodeon?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It sounds familiar, but like I don't have a mental image in my head.
But you also weren't like allowed to watch certain stuff, though, right?
Yeah, and like we didn't for the longest time we didn't have cable.
Okay.
So that wasn't on there, and then like there's like a lot of stuff I wasn't allowed to watch
right.
either. So.
Like I don't think like your parents would have an issue with it, but like if you didn't have cable, you probably missed it. So it's all good.
Probably. Yeah. The best years of Nickelodeon for me were from its start in 1979 to about 1989. The first 10 years.
So, like he's talking about around the time when You Can't Do That on Television was a show on there. And there was a couple other things that are kind of probably before your time and mine as well. But I dabbled a little. I know a little.
That's fantastic. Nala, she's bringing me her rope. She's like, seriously, Mom, like, get off.
Play with me.
Did Carol Baskin do it? I don't know. Did she?
She might have.
Did she do it? She might have. Nala, I love you, but stop. I'll see you in a minute. You're fine.
Play with me.
Sorry, mine was a delayed response about the gross flavors of snacks.
Oh, okay.
That was quite the delay, yes.
We legitimately misunderstood. Okay. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where like I posted that picture of that mix up of Fruit Loops and like Frosted Flakes or whatever that they're doing. Like for whatever reason, people want to make food more fun. And like, do you remember when they had green ketchup back in the day?
No.
Okay. You know, it was the whole part was like to make ketchup more fun for kids. And like they also had purple and pink butter as well. Or, yeah. But like stuff like this is to like, hey, like this rice is boring. What can we do to make it, you know, what can we do to spice this up for everyone? So like, hey, purple butter. Wow, that's crazy. Or it's kind of like how with all the Oreos right now, like instead of just the cream, it's like now it's sweet as fish or
yeah,
it's red
like
velvet.
Why? Nala.
All right.
She's looking at me like I'm mean to her. Yes, Flame Falcon, I was indeed sheltered.
Aww.
Except for I went to public school, so like not that sheltered. Just like slightly. I don't know.
So are you glad that the internet isn't what it is now back when you were in high school?
Yes. Absolutely.
Enough said.
What about you?
Yeah. I keep thinking like, would I have been one of those people who puts everything on the internet, like everything I'm going through, instead of like instead of having an actual journal, like everything's on Facebook, everything's on Snapchat. I'm going
everything's still on Twitter for me.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Well, like, no, I just like when I'm emotional, I'm like, I'm a subtweet about my emotions, and everyone's all like, Twitter, like, stop.
I mean, I think I've seen a couple from you, and it's like I wanted to reach out, like, is everything okay? Like, this is the trust treat. It's okay.
Nala, no, ma'am, that is not your toy. She's trying to eat like green tape that you put on like fake flowers and stuff for arrangements.
Oh, it's her toy today.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
It's probably going to actually be because she just slobbered all over it.
Oh, so. She claimed it. So.
I guess so.
Whoa.
Yes. No, I know. I would show you, but like the rest of this room is messy, so it's not happening. But yeah. Well, kind
talking back.
An hour. Okay. Hey, chill. I'm recording you. I'm recording you. I'm gonna show Dad. I'm gonna show him do a bad attitude. Sometimes if I put a phone in front of her like I'm recording her, she stops. I'm not kidding you. She really does. She knows. It's like she knows.
She's gonna put me on YouTube. Oh no.
She's like, you can't let anybody know that I'm actually not sweet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So since my dog is getting out of hand,
well, I guess let's finish these comments.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Great things. Wow. Never mind. I was gonna say great minds think alike.
Great
because
things,
I couldn't even
alike.
say it. That's not gonna work for me.
That's okay. I know what you meant. I'll forgive you.
Carissa says, do they still sell peanut butter sandwich slices? Those are weird. Peanut butter sandwich slices? I don't know.
Probably.
Doug, funny with the football head.
That was actually Arnold from Hey Arnold.
Yeah, okay, so I remember that one. I was like, I don't think that's the same one. I remember that one.
Doug was like a really boring, generic guy, but he was relatable.
Everyone, don't tell her about Rule 34.
Oh, right. Okay. It's kind of a dirty thing.
So. Okay, then I'm gonna move on. Yes, those are weird. I don't know what's weird. Probably
something food related.
Kaishana says music theory reference name key signature has 5 sharps and 5 flats. Musician what key signature say hello to my little friends.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't get. I'm sure I should get it, but I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Football head. Okay, we're talking about the I miss the old Nickelodeon. Hey, he got it. Then something about British imports from. I don't know how to say that.
I want to say Thames.
Thames Television. I'm not familiar. Maybe Nala is a big fan of John's cool voice. Maybe she is. She's like, hey, I want to talk to you.
All right. Woof woof.
He still says Doug had a funny football head.
I like he had more of a big toe type of head. Like I don't know how to explain it.
The peanut butter slices look like pieces of cheese products straight out of the What?
Okay.
Oh, he said I totally got them mixed up. Oopsie. Allergic to peanut butter. That's no fun.
No.
They were like pieces of similar consistency. What?
Ooh.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, Thames is the pronunciation.
Oh, okay.
Thames. She didn't think it's not the first time, and then more about it's a British river. I'm American. I'm sorry.
Right.
I like literally long running joke. Partially because
public
it's
school
true.
System.
It's so sad that there's like a bunch of people all over the world who know so much more about America than I even do geographically, and then like the rest of the world, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's this," and I'm like,
"Okay."
Apparently, it flows through London, England. Okay, so yeah, I'm really bad at the whole like getting off the stream part.
Right.
So, do you have any parting words or things you would like to say before we go?
Yes. I do apologize for all the times that I've made you blush in real life, but all the things I say about you, I say them because I believe them and because I know them to be true. Like, you are awesome. Thank you so much for coming into our lives, and we appreciate what you do.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I
thank
kind of
you.
raised the bar a little bit there. So
Yeah, you did. Now I don't know. I can't say words. Well, then, well, thank you. And I don't have cool words like you do. But seriously though, like, thank you for talking to me the first time ever, and like still talking to me, and like being an actual like honestly cool person, and
no
like
problem.
not being a jerk face. Like, you know, you could have been if you wanted to. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Sorry. So beautiful, elegant words from you. My apologies for these words.
Oh, no.
Thank you for
They're
talking
elegant
with
in their
me.
own way.
Aren't they though? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, and oh yeah. So if you want to hear, especially, I'm just kidding. Oh! I saw in your about section that you don't do streams because they're for cool and attractive people. So now you are officially a cool and attractive person because you are doing a stream. So,
Awesome. I'm a big boy now.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check out more from John and his cool self, I have his channel linked in the description box. Hopefully, it's actually still there. If not,
Right.
I
I
will.
need to actually make some stuff. So give me some time.
Well, you can catch up on all the old stuff so that when he puts out new stuff, you're ready. You're ready for it.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? We should both just go to McDonald's right now. Let's go.
Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you, John, for being here. And we'll see you all later. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm pushing the button. We're going to McDonald's. Bye, guys.